10 minutes here on More 94. We are the Bahamas Super Station and giving you the best music on the planet. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to the morning after. And as we continue throughout this 8 o'clock hour, we all know one of the most exciting things that we've been doing for this entire month of March is highlighting and celebrating amazing women here in the 242. And today is no different. We have a special guest joining us from AmberL. All right, her name is Michelle McDonald. Good morning, madam. Welcome to the morning after.
Good morning. It's a pleasure to be here.
We're excited to have you, man. Like, this is another opportunity for us to get to learn about another amazing person doing great things right here in the country. Because a lot of times we just don't know. All right, we interact with these people in passing or maybe even sitting next to them at church, and you just don't know what all they're involved in and how much things they got going on. But this is our opportunity to learn about Michelle.
And before we get right on into it, philanthropist.
Yes.
Number one best-selling author, speaker, certified aromatherapist, and entrepreneur, AmberL.
That's a lot of layers.
Is in the back. I gotta make sure everyone know who we're dealing with right now. See, no regular. So she got it all.
Even before you got all those big titles, right? Let's talk about you in the early stages of life. Let's, a little bit of your journey from maybe high school level. Let's start from there. What school did you go to?
St. Anne's, Blue Waves, class of 2000.
All right. Big up to the Blue Waves. Shouts out to those Blue Waves. So you went to high school at St. Anne's. In school, though, what was Amber like? Not Amber, because I'm gonna get confused with that name on the train. But what was Michelle like in school?
Quiet.
Yeah.
I must admit, English language is my favorite subject, so no surprise. I'm a writer. I'm a creative, doing all of that. That was pretty much me. Stayed in my corner, had my friends, but didn't do too much.
All right, so the breakout then, all right, because you have you have some level of boldness and confidence in you to achieve the things that you have achieved. Mm-hmm. So when did you see yourself breaking out? You said, you know what, I have to do a little bit more for what I want to accomplish.
I was like 2018, and that's when I first joined social media with like Instagram and Facebook. I started off with blogging.
That's when you first joined social media?
It. Yep.
2018?
Yep.
Even like first time as a you never had it even as a kid?
No, I had it just individually.
Okay,
so
okay,
when it came to like my business, like bring out my brand, like who I am, my identity, that type of way.
Right.
Yeah, that's how I was doing it. And going on with that, I started off with writing and blogging. Then I got into AmberL at the same time. And so those two things were kind of merging because the other side of me is actually authentically Michelle. So I'm a creative with that. I'm an actor with that.
Okay, time out. So first thing that popped in my mind is, okay, where did AmberL come from? The name.
I was wondering that too, because Michelle and AmberL, you got to give us the details.
So that is a combination of two middle names, me and my mom.
Okay.
She's very special to me, and so I wanted to find a way to continue her legacy, keep that going.
So what's your middle name?
Amber.
And what's her middle name?
Louise,
okay. All right. Yeah. I got it. AmberL. All right. And then there was another thing you made mention of, the authentically...
Michelle.
What was that?
So Authentically Michelle is really about storytelling. So I have a podcast there called Vibration, and it really highlights the Afro-Caribbean heritage, culture, the society. I've done 3 seasons of that. So I have some popular names, Arlene Nash Ferguson, Dean Victoria, Cache Knowles,
nice,
and Pamela Burnside. Also the owner of Mother Fungus. So really just putting a lot of like agriculture, food, our culture, like what makes us Bahamian. I'm a really big part of that, and that's also a part of AmberL as well.
So how does one pivot from being, shy and reserved and just staying to myself, staying in my corner, saying I'm hosting a whole podcast?
Well, what I realized is not only do I like to write, but I like to talk.
Okay.
And with that comes the love of storytelling. So with podcasting, I'm providing a platform for persons to be able to share their personal stories, their journeys, and their unique message. Because a lot of us could be in the same room, and we don't realize that we're all connected through one or two things. And when you give someone a platform to really represent themselves and allow themselves to be seen, it makes a big difference. And so knowing that that connects with my purpose, it's something that I continue to enjoy doing.
Okay.
So how big are you? You made mention of the Afro culture and the Bahamian culture. Is that like a real like
Passion?
everyday to you? Like I'm in this. Like
Yes,
for real.
absolutely, 24/7, definitely.
What do you think connects you to like? Because all of us, I mean, we share similar history stories, but not everyone is as deeply immersed in it. Like, what did you find about the Afro culture first that made you say, I want to learn more about my heritage and my African roots and what's what about it made you want to dig deeper? Or when did that like spark come to you?
Well, the first thing is when it comes to Bahamian culture, the biggest thing that connects with me is food. And food is something that we can all connect on across borders all the time. Like we could have different languages, different backgrounds, but when there's just food on the table, that is where we find ourselves. And I grew up in a family, and most of us Bahamians too. Your Grammy, your great Grammy, you should put that foot in that
Them
food.
chefs, they the chefs.
You know where that
They the
comes
chefs,
from.
they the chefs.
You know what I mean? But the thing is, for me, food was love.
Okay.
Food was expression. Food is how you connect with people, and that has been a driving force for me. Even when it comes to philanthropy, I volunteer with the Greek kitchen, the Lord's Kitchen, being able to provide like 1,200 meals on average every week. And just understanding that for other people, we think of it as just food. We see it on a platter and we're just like, okay, I'm hungry, I'm just going to do this. But for some people, food is life.
Yeah.
And so when it comes to Bahamian culture, food is a big part of that. And when it comes to the African culture, kind of merging that Afro-Caribbean, it's about, okay, where did my ancestors come from? What is it that came before me to make me who I am? And how can I pass that on to people behind me so that they understand who they are? Because a lot of people don't get their identity, but when you're able to just kind of educate them in a way that they can relate to, whether it's food or language or fashion, there are just so many ways that we can connect with them. It's a beautiful thing.
So I actually have a question, and I don't know if it's too soon for us to jump to this part, but you've scented the room very nicely.
Okay.
You've brought to the show some very nice items. I want to know, now I know you said AmberL, the name itself is your mom as well as yourself. How did you go from the podcast stuff, the philanthropist stuff, the books?
What was first?
Yeah, what was first? Yeah, that's true. What did come first?
All I remember is she being the Sinaz, and next thing you know, she in 2018, she done like.
Now we're here.
Yeah, what did come first?
So what came first was blogging.
Okay.
AmberL came a few months after that. So I started AmberL the later part of 2018.
And AmberL is the skincare line.
AmberL is the
Okay.
skincare line.
Okay.
And so the why behind AmberL is I'm a sensitive skin journey.
Okay.
Right? I am a girly who has always experienced sensitive skin. And so it has been very frustrating for me to find things that moisturize it, that exfoliate it. And of course, like most people, I would go with those name brands that they say is great for those types of skin, and it just would not work. So I started creating my own skincare, and I thought about it. I said, there are other persons who are suffering in a way similar to me because we spend time, we spend money, especially as women. Listen, when we have on those tops, those dresses, showing those little pops of skin, we want our skin to be glowing.
Yep.
Okay, and if we can't find products that work with that, that's a problem.
That's a different level of frustration to reach to the point where I'm so tired of using other things that I'm gonna sit down and
do this
create
myself.
my own.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
like you had to be to a point where you're like, I just know that I need different, I need better. So who taught you to make skincare stuff? Was it like
I taught myself.
Really?
Wow.
Honestly, yes, I really did. And the very important thing about it is I wanted all of the ingredients to be natural.
Okay.
And I wanted it to be things that we can pronounce. Because we can turn around those products and it's like 10, 12 different things. And we're
Yeah.
just like, okay, this looks too scientific. I don't know what this is. Is this helping my skin? I
Yeah.
can't even pronounce this. What is this? So AmberL is really about being able to look at a label, understand what's in it. I can Google this very easily. And even when we talk about aloe vera, that's something from a bush medicine perspective that we've grown up with. So it's not unfamiliar, and we can feel safe knowing that, okay, I can apply this to my skin and I want to be able to use this every day.
you test these things on yourself?
Yes, of course.
You're a bold
Number
woman.
one tester.
You literally
When it's-
start,
but I-
you go in the kitchen and say, I could put a little of this, a little of that, and I'm gonna rub it on my skin.
But I think I find that when it's organic or like when it's natural, it 100% is better. And I think the side effects sometimes too, like it's not,
Absolutely,
it's not as
yes.
detrimental. Yeah.
I'm just trying to figure who taking this rest though. Like I get the natural part of it, like, but I mean, what if it make you itch? What if it
Well,
break
I
you out a
always
little
suggest
bit?
to people, some people don't know what they're allergic to.
Right.
I will say that. And so that's why when I'm at pop-ups or trade expos or events, I would always do a patch test. So I have things that they
Okay.
can do a demo with. Check it out because it does have coconut oil in it. Some people are allergic
Yeah,
to that. There are two types of shea butter. So there's yellow and there's white. Some people are allergic to the yellow, so I'd have to use white with them. So it's really just considering those things before you go head on.
Okay.
And just so you can know for yourself what allergens you have.
What are some of the products under AmberL?
So we have our body oil, and this is for persons where lotion or maybe a body butter doesn't work for you. It's toxic.
Hands
too
always
greasy.
ashy.
So the good thing is with our body oils, they absorb very quickly. This also has grapeseed and sweet almond oil in
Nice.
it, and pure essential oils, which is connected to me studying aromatherapy. So just being able to understand the essential oils are in the products. With our body scrub, what I love about this is where agriculture comes in. So this is a dual exfoliating body scrub. So we got the sugar and we got the salt.
Okay.
So the sugar polishes the skin and the salt exfoliates the skin. But guess what? This salt comes from the Bahamas.
Okay.
So we are promoting Long Island, Rum Key, Crooked Island, and Inagua.
Love.
So with the body scrub, you just it does both at the same time. Like you once you apply it,
Absolutely.
it's exfoliating and all that things you mentioned earlier.
Yes,
at
yes.
one
So
time.
it polishes, it exfoliates. It's using a natural resource that we all know and love. And if you are from those islands, you've seen the salt ponds. So you know where it comes from. It's harvested. So this would be promoting the green economy as well as the farming industry and our farmers, helping to keep them to have jobs. And the wonderful thing about this particular one, this is peppermint tea rose. So there's peppermint, tea tree, and rosemary.
Wow.
And I
So
feel
I'm
like
sure
y'all
it
have
gives that
heard about-
it gives that little like tingly
There you
little
go,
clean
yes.
feeling.
Yes.
This combination, I'm still here.
I
thinking,
love.
Like, okay, who's like you work with one like you know what I want to do? Smell like peppermint. Like these thoughts that you're having and saying you're gonna put rosemary along with peppermint. Like, how do you come up with the plans? Like, it can't just be straight experimenting.
No.
It has to be a method
definitely
to the
not.
madness.
No, of course. So one of the reasons why I studied aromatherapy is because I wanted my customers or our customers to understand that I know what I'm putting into it.
Right.
So with the peppermint, tea tree, and rosemary, this actually has the benefit of helping persons with eczema. So they would have flares, they'd have that itchiness, so it calms down the skin.
Okay.
And that is where the tea tree comes in. I'm sure both of you have heard of
Tea tree oil is plugged.
It's antimicrobial, antibacterial. You have that going on. The rosemary and the peppermint helps with calming the skin and healing it as well. So for persons who have eczema, instead of having that itchiness and then when you scratch somewhere else, the flare kind of continues going, this calms the skin, the itchiness is gone, and so the flare doesn't come out. And so that helps them. And then also for the men, because you got your beard going on,
right.
this helps with that as well. So you're
Best
thinking about
feature.
clogged pores, razor bumps, things like that. This helps with that.
Okay.
Opens up the pores, calms the skin, heals the skin, nice and shiny.
How often would one have to use a scrub?
I would say once or twice a week. You can definitely check it out. I'd say start once, and then if it feels good, you can keep it going, then you can move it up to twice.
So do you, in your AmberL skincare line, do you actually give, I guess, just say tutorials or like
Consultation.
consultation?
Yes.
Way to go.
Yes, I
Right.
do that. So I have a form that my clients fill out because firstly, I want to know, what is your skin goal? We ain't just out here selling products.
Yeah.
We want to know, where are you at? How do you feel about your skin right now? Where do you want it to be? And I will help you along the journey of helping to get there.
Nice. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining us, this is our Wise Women series. As we continue this week, we have Madam Michelle McDonald, philanthropist, author. We got to get to those other layers, but we're talking about AmberL skincare line right now. She's the CEO and founder. You heard the story. She get tired of a lot of things, but wasn't working, and she's like, "I'm gonna just go in the kitchen and do it myself." But she's been able to successfully launch a brand that a lot of people are getting to know now and are giving rave reviews about too. So congratulations in that regard, and
Thank you.
all natural.
All natural.
All right, that's a big plug. And shout out to the Women's Haven. I think that was definitely one of the more interesting aspects of that, because that's another angle that they're taking as well, with things being all natural. So when Meredith selected you and said that you're going to be one of the folks, she talked about the naturalness of the things that you're doing to for the skin and the care line. So shouts out to you guys for staying natural and making sure that we, do the best for ourselves. As it relates to philanthropy, though, you made mention that you help with the Greek Kitchen.
Yes.
The Greek Kitchen. What other philanthropy experiences do you enjoy?
So another thing is I have an environmental background, so that's also a part of me doing things all natural, and even with selecting the packaging that I have. So this type of plastic is 100% recyclable, and I also promote refills for my customers as a regular purchase.
You fully committed to the cause. I love that.
Yes. So what I did as well is I formed a corporate volunteer program with the Bahamas National Trust.
Nice.
That has been going since 2014. And so it's just been a joy being able to be there.
So you had that from, that was even before you launched.
That was before, yes.
Oh, wow. So you were always, mentally, you always wanted to do your part to help and save the environment as best you can.
Yes, and then also with the Done This, I'm part of the Black Box Open Mic Committee. So being able to revive that Bahamian theater culture, providing a hub for our creatives to come out. We actually have an event tomorrow, and so that's another part of my philanthropy.
I'm really excited to see the revamp of the Done This, man. I heard that there's some big plans for it, so I'm excited to see that roll out officially. But so that's a good thing. You're involved in a lot, though. How are you balancing all of this?
So I will say everything that I do is in alignment with my purpose. I understand why I'm here, and so when I do it, it's fulfilling. There's something that comes out of it, and for me, the overall word or concept is impact. So once I know that I'm creating impact, it's something that kind of restores me because I am a giver. So I understand that my cup can get a bit empty if I keep going, but because it's something that fulfills me along the way, it continues to restore me. Now, I will say, I do put in that self-care time.
I was just going to say, because balance.
Yeah, we need rest.
Yes.
We need to be enjoying this body scrub so we can wind down. So there's always time for that. But yeah, I do align everything that I do in a way that still fulfills me and others at the same time.
You said something that was really powerful. You said that you know your purpose.
Yes.
A lot of us, I mean, we make it to 50, 60 years old and can't sit and look someone dead in the eye and say, I know my purpose. How did you know? Or when did you know? Well, both. When and how did you know this is my purpose?
For me, I know it's communication. And that comes from knowing that a lot of the things that I do is connected to that. So with Vibration, when that first came out, I was thinking, okay, this is going to be like those Netflix limited series. You're going to come out. We're going to have X amount of episodes. I'm a planner. So everything was outlined. I got the guests, the questions, the topic. I'm good to go. And through doing that, being able to see the responses from the guests afterwards or even during the show, being able to say, I haven't been able to talk about this until now. You are bringing me back to a space that I haven't been to since childhood. You have provided me a platform to be able to represent my brand or my identity in a way that I never thought that I could. I realized that, hey, this isn't just a conversation. This is allowing them to tell their story, to present themselves the way they want to be seen. And for a lot of people in everyday life, they don't see themselves being able to do that. You know, like, how do I come up with the words? How do I know anyone's even listening to me? But when you create a platform for them to understand just themselves, they're able to speak a lot more freer. And so I started with Vibration. I actually hosted an Australian podcast as well. Did 2 seasons of that, and a lot more of that type of response kept pouring in, and persons just being like, thank you so much, you know, going into tears, just being like, I just appreciate the way that you word things so that it allows me to speak, to be heard. I was always a writer, so I've been able to continue to do that as well. And I realized that through being a creative and acting, that was my latest version of being able to storytell. This the introvert
from high school, though.
And that's me. Listen, my classmates, they just be looking all the time. They're just like,
same person?
This can't be her. My high school teachers as well, Miss Sarah, she's like, no, this can't be her.
Wow.
It's me.
You mentioned Australia. I also saw where, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, where AmberL was represented internationally.
Yes.
In Dubai,
Dubai,
Jamaica, and in New York. What has been some of like the standout moments from those experiences? Because for someone like me, like I'm very big on celebrating anything. Honestly, like every little step or every little accomplishment, no matter how small or big it may be, like I'm big on celebrating those things. So like, what was like your standout experience or moment so far with AmberL, and even on a personal level?
I'm picking just one.
Okay.
No, am I picking just one?
You could give me, it sounds like a lot. I like it. Give me your top 3.
So a definite top one would be when I went to New York.
Okay.
They were looking for Caribbean brands to have product placement, and the Bahamian Consulate General in New York came out, and he encouraged me. You know, he was like, you just being here, it shows your level of dedication, because they weren't covering anything. It was really, I was doing the accommodation, the airfare, and of course, as an entrepreneur,
yeah, you do that. Yeah, that's normal. Yeah.
Sacrifices. But for him, it was like, I see your drive. I see the why behind your products. And I love the fact that you are here to represent the Bahamas. And so that was just a beautiful moment for me, just being able to have that. Yeah. And of course, it was my first time exporting, being able to have my products outside of the Bahamas. It was beautiful. Last year in Dubai, I went to the International Women Leadership Conference. It's usually super sold out. And it's led by Madam Awasaka from Nigeria. Okay. And so they asked for persons. We were the largest group from the Caribbean this go around. And so when they asked for the Bahamas to stand up, and I said my name, there was just this rousing round of applause. Like, they were so excited to have the Bahamas in the room. And so, you know, I came there, of course, with my flag, my little Mortimer's candy stuff, the rum cakes, kind of give out. But just being in that moment, knowing that the Bahamas was seeing, you know, our archipelago of different islands in that moment was incredible.
Yes, I love.
Now, unfortunately, we're pressed for time, but I do want to get to you being an author. What did you write?
So I co-authored a book with the Evolvepreneur After Hours show. So that was a podcast that I had done. And they wanted us to do different chapters to really kind of represent what is it that you wanted to share. So I wanted to talk about how can you become a podcast host. Okay. When it comes with presenting yourself, your intro, your questions, picking guests, getting comfortable, that type of thing. And I also had 3 of my guests from the show come into the book as well. And so that was amazing, knowing that, you know, they trust me and they want to be able to have their episodes shown in that way. And so within a few weeks after being published, we reached the #1 best-selling author list on Amazon.
Nice.
And it's continued to thrive.
Nice. I want to say congratulations, and I'm really, really happy, especially how you made mention that change your purpose, because it shows the mere fact that everything you're touching, everything you're attempting, everything you're going after is falling into the lines of success. It means that you're actually walking into your purpose real. And a lot of people don't realize that when things aren't working out for them, it's because you're doing something that you're not supposed to be doing. And that's why it's just not working out. But listening to your story and realizing that sometimes you just have an idea, you put it out there, and then it works for you. It's for a reason. Like, you're actually, like you said, living in your purpose. And I just love to see it. Congratulations, Michelle McDonald of AmberL. And again, she's a best-selling author. She is a philanthropist.
Aromatherapy.
Aromatherapist.
Yes.
What is there any other title that Meredith left off? Because she did give a long list.
No, we're good. Well, actor.
You sing too?
No.
Okay. I like to sing.
But I will
he likes
say,
to sing, but can't sing. That's so we clear.
The last thing I will say is I do have an online course with LinkedIn.
Okay.
LinkedIn Learning, and that's on goal achievement.
So we go to their goal achievements and search for what? And what is the class about?
So when you go on LinkedIn Learning, you just type in setting the vision, and you'll be able to see my course. So it's talking about how to identify your goals, identify your top goal, what obstacles or fears are keeping you behind, and how to see the vision to get you to the next level.
So teacher or professor is as a title you always forget too.
That one.
Listen to Michelle.
Instructor, yes.
Listen, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank Ms. McDonald for giving us some of her time, and clearly this time is valuable considering all the different things that you have going on, man. So we appreciate you, we highlight you, and we praise you for being a wise woman in this 2025. And to think, you said 2018 to 2025, that's 7 years. I hope you're like Manda, man. I hope you're really, really, really
celebrating
those accomplishments as they come up, man. Because 7 years, all the things that you can say you've knocked off your list or put under your belt, like, you're a big deal. You're
100%.
Definitely a big deal, and we say congratulations.
Thank you.
And we can't wait to see what the other chapters will
and
bring.
We don't know if these things for us. We don't want to assume
course,
anything.
Man, I listen.
But we have something for you, though. We do have something for you. So we brought gifts, courtesy of More 94 at Women's Haven. This is for you. And again, as Elle said, you're definitely a big impact, and we honor you during this Wise Women series.
So congratulations.
Yes.
That's for you.
Thanks so much.
So welcome.
I love it already.
Good to go. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all keep it eyes locked to, man. We are the Bahamas Super Station, giving you the best music on the planet. We do have to wrap up this segment right now, though. But once again, I want to thank AmberL for lending us Michelle McDonald today. And we also want to pick up my friend Meredith and the whole Women's Haven team as well for making sure this continues in a celebration of women this entire month of March. All right, let's get into a short break. And when we get back, we'll talk to my friend Jared, who represents Guinness, as we get ready for St. Patrick's Day. Keep it eyes locked in. Good morning.
Audacious.